Good morning. My name is Smart Mzewa. I come your way once again this morning discussing issues that bother on better governance for Nigeria. Today, I may be a little controversial today, but it may be a little lengthy, but I just crave your indulgence. Give me a little space. Let me bring out what is in my heart. Everything stands or falls on leadership. That's what Maxwell said. Everything stands or falls on leadership. Everything, everything. If you see a family that is properly governed, a family that appears to be doing well, a family that appears to be happy, a family that appears to be together, if you see a village that appears to be together, properly governed, if you see a church that appears to be together, properly governed, moving forward, any organization that you see that appears to be together, that appears to be making progress incrementally, look at the leadership. Just look at the leadership. You'll discover that there is something credible about the leadership of that place. Because everything stands or falls on leadership. If you see a home that really does not have the right caliber of leadership, you will also see it in the structure of that house. Nigeria is like one of that. We have had dysfunctional leadership over the years. Because the reason why we are where we are now is because we did not get quality leadership from the beginning. Otherwise, we would have been where our peers are right now. So what I want to do here is we're about to hire some people to lead Nigeria. Nigeria is hanging on the edge of a precipice. One leadership away, we're thrown off the cliff. One leadership away, someone redeems us. And what we're about to do next year is we're about to hire someone, a turnaround manager, not just a manager. We're looking for a turnaround manager, somebody who would do something unusual to bring back something that is about to completely die. A turnaround manager, that's what we want to hire. So in order to hire a turnaround manager, we have 3 people who have applied for the job. 3 people at least now. Kwakwanso is yet to apply. We have 3 people who have applied for the job. Atiku Abubakar has applied for the job. Bola Ahmed Tinubu has applied for the job. And Peter Obi has applied for the job. So we are all in the panel interviewing them. We want to get the best person, a turnaround manager who will help us, redeem us instead of falling off the cliff, as it were. So if you are in that panel trying to interview who will lead Nigeria, you won't be selfish about it, because if you make the mistake of hiring the wrong person, we've hired wrong people before, we know, everybody knows, then all of us will be affected. And if we hire the right person, then the right person will also turn around the economy. So how will you do it? Detaching yourself emotionally, sentimentally. How will you look at the facts on the ground about the people who have applied for the job, so that you can make a dispassionate assessment of who is most suited to do the job? Okay. What I have done for myself is to detach myself. I have done a 7-point matrix to look at these 3 candidates objectively and to say, if we need a turnaround manager, who out of these 3 people, looking at various dimensions of their lives, will be better suited to lead Nigeria at this present time? That's what I have done. You can also do your own, because I know that everything stands or falls on leadership. Everything stands or falls on leadership. So I know that 7 stands for completeness, as it were. So I've created my own 7-point matrix. And I'm going to assess them on a 10-point scale as it were. You can move along with me, get your own paper. Let's do it together. It's an academic exercise. So the first thing I would like to look at if I want to hire any of these three people is some people may call it integrity, others will call it trust, some others may call it character. So first thing I want to be sure of is that the person we are about to hire has some level of integrity above the others. That's what I would like to look at. Integrity is like virginity. Once you lose it, it's difficult, if not impossible, to get it back. Even the best plastic surgeon won't bring it back. So, in terms of integrity, in terms of trust, who do we trust out of these three people? That we will give the responsibility of mounting the saddle to drive this plane, to be the captain of this ship, to drive this vehicle for 4 years and take us to El Dorado, take us to our destination. Out of these three people, in terms of integrity, in terms of trust, who do we trust? Whoever you trust highest should be able to get the highest point, and whoever you trust least will get more like a lesser point. So in terms of integrity, who do we trust? Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Integrity. Does he always stand for what he says? Can we take his word? There have been a lot of issues about Bola Ahmed Tinubu. A lot of issues. Number one, we don't even know how old he is. There's this controversy about how old he is. And he's the only one who will meet the press and clear the air on how old is Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We have a right to know the age of the person who aspires to lead us in this critical time. How old is he? A panel has been able to ask him, not him, okay, but someone else close to him, to say, how does he make his money? How did he make his money? Beyond working for Mobil and being the governor of Lagos State, how did he make his stupendous wealth? We don't know. We don't know. Atiku Abubakar, how did he make his wealth besides working for Customs and Excise and being vice president? How did he make all his money? Former President Olusegun Obasanjo put it in his book, and Atiku has not been able to refute it. He said the kind of money this man made will feed 300 million people for who knows how long. He made money from government. He's rich. He's rich. Very rich. How did they get their tickets? They spent billions. Atiku spent billions to buy the ticket. Bola Ahmed Tinubu spent billions. I mean, it's all in public domain, to buy his ticket. How did Obi get his own ticket? How much did he spend? Integrity. You can just bring a lot of facts around it to be able to say, in terms of integrity, who do I trust? Who do I trust? Who has this character that can enable me go to sleep? So you can do that rating. Number two, what I did is to look at conservatism, prudence. Who out of these three people will be prudent in the management of the resources of Nigeria? Basically in Nigeria, our budget is padded. Whether we like it or not, it's a fact. It's padded, always padded. If Nigeria says it's going to spend 1 naira to execute a project, if you look at it critically, you may be able, as somebody who is conservative, do the same project with 25 kobo, just a quarter of that amount. Because civil servants and politicians pad it for their own benefit. It's true. Even our budget, a good president, a conservative president, a prudent president will be able to shut some doors. And out of, if we're spending 11 trillion, somebody will be able to prosecute the same budget with half that amount. Who can do that out of these three people? Who will be prudent enough to do that? Who will be able to say, oh, Atiku said, okay, I won't enrich myself, but can't I enrich my friends? We need to look at statements. And Bola Ahmed Tinubu has been the de facto governor of Lagos State since 1999. Who doesn't know? He's the even now, he's still the governor of Lagos State. The other people there are just mere stooges. Everybody knows. If he wants this same governor to leave today, he leaves. If he wants him to have a second term, he gets a second term. If he doesn't want him to get a second term, he can't get a second term. Is that the kind of thing we want done at Abuja? Somebody gets to Abuja and he becomes an ex-president and never leaves. He controls what happens in Aso Rock, determines who. This is not an extension of his family business or whatever. Just like the way Lagos State is run. Who do you trust to be conservative, to be in a position to use what we have without even borrowing per se to run Nigeria? Someone has said out of three of them, there will be no office of the First Lady. It takes a man who has guts to be able to say that and still go home and take his dinner and still live in peace with his wife. To say, no, office of the First Lady is not constitutional. We're not going to waste that money. We're going to use the money to serve Nigeria. Who do you want? Who will be conservative enough to be able to lead Nigeria? Number 3, understanding of the job. Understanding of the job. Understanding of the job. Leading Nigeria out of crisis is not about executing 1,000 projects. Somebody who was trying to impress people by showing us the projects this current administration has done. You know, I itemized a lot of projects, built this one here, built this one here, built this one here. And then I went under there, the comment section, I said, he built all these projects powered by generators. And people screamed. Getting Nigeria out of the wood is not about executing projects. It's about executing the basic project. Anybody, any president who is able to solve the electricity problem of Nigeria has solved the problem of the country by over 90%. Any president who is able to do it. And look at how we've just wasted 8 years. How many megawatts of electricity, were added to what was handed over? We just wasted 8 years. I don't know how much we have sunk into it. We just wasted all the whole money. Nigeria is still in darkness 8 years after. The very basic project anybody who understands the job should have done was left undone. It's not about building bridges. It is about giving Nigeria light 24/7. That's the basic project for Nigeria now. And I am impressed that somebody really understands that job. And his first trip outside the country, aspiring for the job, is to go and find out how we can get this done. So understanding the job is not about, somebody said, recruit 50 million Nigerians into the army. I mean, something that is not feasible. I understand Tinubu walked back that statement by saying it's not 50 million, it's 50,000. What they will eat, corn, agbado, and all this. That's not the problem. The problem that will enable Nigeria come out of the woods is electricity. The multiplier effect will be fantastic across board. Generation of employment, GDP will rise, things will take shape. Security, it's not about pushing people into the army, 50,000, and then they eat corn, they eat agbado. I don't really understand that. The basic thing to do, if you will get Nigeria right from 2000 by next year, you must first and foremost obstacle power. You will have the program with you. What you need to do to move us from this mess to generating enough power to support production. Remember, somebody said, I want to move us from consumption to production, from importation to exportation. That's literally what it means. From consumption to production. Produce what you eat, and then the excess you can export. That shows a clear understanding of the job. Number 3, performance record, track record. We know these 3 people. Pigeonhole them, look at their performances in the past, and come up with your own ranking on a scale of 1 to 10. I was looking at, a tabulation 2 days ago or so, and I looked at Anambra State. Salaries, 0, they're not owing. Pension, 0, they're not owing. Contractors, 0, they're not owing. This one, 0. Because somebody laid the foundation. And Soludo is continuing with that. Maybe about 3 states or so. Lagos and I can't remember which other state. But there are other states where there's a track record of non-performance and somebody is coming asking for a job that is above his capacity. He cannot handle it. So why give him the job if you know that he doesn't have enough degree to handle that job? Performance. What is Peter Obi's performance so far that we have seen? What was Atiku's performance? And what was Bola Ahmed Tinubu's performance? Everybody in Nigeria, we know these records. Put them there and be able to rank them on a scale of 1 to 10. Ability to communicate. Ability to communicate. / maybe lifestyle. Or that should have gone under prudence. But number 5, ability to communicate. We don't need a president who cannot talk to us. You know what we have gone through these 7 years under the current presidency. Every time something happens in the country, is the presidency that issues a statement. No, we need hands-on. We need somebody who can talk to us, who can communicate with us, who can flow with us, who can talk to us every day, who can explain things to us, who will show us that he understands what we're going through and what is going on. We don't need somebody who will just keep mute as if we have no leader. Who can communicate better among these 3 people from the heart? Who can shoot from the heart? Who understands us very well? Number 6 of my metrics is health, energy. Like I said, I think Atiku is 74 or so. Peter Obi is 61. Okay, and we don't know how old Bola Ahmed Tinubu is. He said he's 70. But, can a 70-year-old man father somebody who is 60-something? It's impossible. There are a lot to unpack there. He needs to face Nigerians and explain that to us. I also know that in 1999, there was this issue of whether he went to University of Chicago or Chicago State University. I remember Gani Fawemi pursued it, and somebody like Gani Fawemi, the conscience of the nation while he was alive, would not pursue a frivolous item, so to say. Which university did he go to? University of Chicago or Chicago State University? I remember watching on telly Tinubu's loyalists touching Gani Fawemi's vehicle, even inside the courtyard in 1999. Which university did he attend? Make it clear. Let's know. Let's know. Which state is he from? What's his real name? Unpack all of this. And the only person who can do it is Tinubu himself. Face the press and let's know who you are. We don't need to hire somebody that we don't know. And secondly, it's very clear. 61, 74, and I don't know how old this other person is. Atiku is healthy from everything we can see, even at 74, no doubt about that. But it's very clear that Tinubu is not healthy as at now. He even said it himself, I don't need strength to become president. He acknowledges that there's a weakness on that point. that he doesn't have the strength to run around. And Nigeria is at a critical stage. We don't need an invalid president who will be traveling constantly to London like we've had in the last 7 years. That's not what we need. We need somebody who is strong enough to wake up and handle the affairs of Nigeria, as critical as they are. So, what are you going to do? Who do you want to hire? Do you want to hire an invalid president, or do you want to hire somebody who is strong enough to run the affairs of the country? Who do you want to hire? Who do you want to hire? Number 7 for me is motivation for the job. Level of desperation. Motivation for the job. Motivation for the job. What is motivating Atiku Abubakar to be president? What is Atiku's been there since the time of MKO vying? I don't know whether this is his 5th or 6th time of vying. What is motivating him? Why does he want to be president? We need to know. What do we know already? What do we know already? Why does he want to be president? I remember Goodluck Jonathan shooting from the heart said, when he was even vying for 2nd term, said, "My ambition is not worth any man's blood." That statement is heavy. It's deep. And with that statement, I knew he was going to concede. But the last president, the current president, Buhari, said in 2011, after he lost the 3rd one, he said, if what happened in 2011 should happen again in 2015, by the grace of God, the dog and the baboon will be soaked in blood. Has it happened? Go and Google and find out what it means, the dog and the baboon. Has it happened? Are they soaked in blood? Jesus said, from the abundance of his heart, a man speaketh. Are we soaked in blood? The dog and the baboon, are we soaked in blood? It's important we listen to those who want to lead us. Okay? It's important. The process is important. Who the person is, what he does. Anybody who wants to rig election, or anybody who is so desperate to become what he wants, will always hobnob with the National Union of Road Transport Workers. Who out of these 3 is hobnobbing with them? Because they are the ones who help rig election. They are the ones who help rig election, very clearly. We know what BAT is doing in Lagos with National Union of Road Transport Workers, with MC Oluomo. Is that the kind of thing we want in Abuja, a private army? Is that what we want? Is it what we want? Tinubu, it's like a sense of entitlement. It's my turn. No, it's not your turn. It's nobody's turn. We want to hire somebody who is good for the job, who can deliver. And we're looking all around the person. It's not your turn. It's nobody's turn. It's the turn of any Nigerian. You want to move from being a kingmaker to a king. That's a good aspiration. But that's not enough for you to lead a complex country like Nigeria. It's not your turn. Just because of that sense of entitlement is your turn. No, it's not your turn. It's nobody's turn. It's everybody's turn. What's the motivation? What's the motivation? I remember also Peter Obi saying, I'm not desperate to be president, but I'm desperate to make a change in Nigeria. That's shooting from the heart. It's not because Peter Obi is from the East. If you want to find out whether the following is no. Juxtapose, remove Peter Obi, put Sowore Rochas Okorocha into that box. Everybody will run. Remove Sowore Rochas Okorocha, put Orji Uzor Kalu into that same box in place of Peter Obi. You will find out whether it's about Peter Obi or it's about the East. No, it's not about it. A time is coming and probably has come when it's not important where you come from. We just want somebody who will deliver, who will do the job. Who will do the job. I don't care where you're from. The important thing is, can you do the job? Do you understand what this job requires? Or are you going to be another ethnic jingoist? Are you going to be another one who will drive Nigeria to the edge of the precipice because you just think one ethnic group is better or should dominate the other? No. Who will create a level playing field for everybody to operate, for Nigeria to become the center of excellence, where those who are good will excel and lead, not the mediocres leading those who have excelled or those who are good. No. He said, I'm not desperate to be president, but I'm desperate to see this change in Nigeria. So, construct your own metrics, whatever it is, but I've just done 7. Then you can gather your facts, your scores, into a composite rating and then divide it by 7 and give them scores. Come to the comment section of this video and let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's be objective. Let's try to assess these people on the basis of their capacity to lead Nigeria, a nation that is almost dead. We need to resuscitate this nation. Who out of the 3 who have applied for this job is best suited to lead Nigeria at this critical time? We won't make the mistake we made nearly 8 years ago. Nigeria is holding the fate of the black race, pressing it down. Any day Nigeria gets a voice, the black race would get a voice. Together, we can hire the appropriate person for this job. We can hire the appropriate person for this job and get Nigeria working again. If you go to www.amazon.com and put the title of my book, If I Were the President of Nigeria, you will get more facts. Everything stands or falls on leadership. Thank you.